I'm certainly thankful it's Friday. I am much more thankful than that to have you spending a little time out of it with me. It is also the 11th day of December. What has been a beautiful, almost fall-like day for the 11th day of December. Temperatures definitely hitting the upper 60s, and everyone fighting for a chance to find some excuse to be outside at least for a little while, because this is the last one, certainly in the forecast. It's the middle of December, understandably. So, speaking of your forecast, we'll see temperatures closer to where we should be, and also some snow and rain chances, slight ones at that, mixed throughout. An updated forecast in just a few moments. We have a great deal of news, I do, on the desk this evening. Some really good news that I, at this particular instant in the program, think will not have on tonight. I'll try to get to that. A state honor bestowed upon one of our McGoffin Countyans who has put our kids and a lot of other folks before him for a long time in a lot of different ways. And this comes through our Family Resource Youth Service Centers, which submitted his name for their annual designation of this outstanding individual. This McGoffin County was chosen above all else in Kentucky. If I have time, that's this evening. If not, that is early next week. A police pursuit, high speed and violent, ended in McGoffin County when a McGoffin County Sheriff's deputy was finally able to stop a vehicle that was traveling at well over 100 miles per hour at times. 4 individuals inside, gun, drug, and other charges. I'll take you to the scene of that. An auto accident following that last night. An airlift today for emergency purposes after an accident. We have more on the murder that happened yesterday. The murder arrest in Johnson County, and a host of other news and information that I'm going to get into right now. And we're actually going to begin with your local COVID report at this hour. Speaking with our Public Health Director, Mayor Pete Shepard. We first begin the interview picking up from an announcement last evening that I did not air, that in regards to a Sagersville business where a blanket advisory was issued in regards to an employee testing positive. That business closing down, I believe it was yesterday and or today, for a thorough cleaning as a result. Shepard also telling us that we have another day in the double digits, but just barely. Overall, our average for the week is certainly an improvement, with the exception of looking at the number of cases today, which actually involve some teenagers.
There's a Dollar General store on Parkway Drive beside the Walgreens there. They had an employee that did test positive and had worked on the 8th, December 8th. So if you was in there on December 8th, she was wearing masks though, and she was behind the plexiglass guard. Risks were very, very low that anybody caught anything. But Dollar General did bring in a cleaning company. They cleaned the whole store, and now they are reopened for business.
Okay. Now going on to today's numbers, what do we have and how are we wrapping up the week?
We had 10 today, making a grand total 693 total for since March 1st. We got 98 in isolation and 589 has recovered. The thing we had today was we had 3 kids under 15. We had 113, 112, and 111 that is positive now. So it seems like more kids are getting the virus than there was at the initial start of this thing.
That's not the first young people we've had, but one of the days with the largest number of young people. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, we've had as far as we've had infants 2 years, 1 year old, I think. So we've had and had a lot of teenagers, a lot of school kids, that's in high school. We've had quite a few of those.
Anything new from the state or anything else you want to talk about before we wrap it up?
No, I just want everybody. I just wanted to, while I'm on here, just tell how I appreciate the hard work that my staff does at the health department. It's been hard on them, and they do a great job. And I hope all you that's been contacted with them realize what a bad job they have to do, but they do a great job, and I just want to give a shout out to them on TV for everybody to know that I appreciate them, and I hope you all appreciate how hard my staff works at the health department to try to keep you safe.
Turning to the neighboring counties of Johnson and Floyd, Floyd County yesterday had 20 new cases to report. They're at 1,480 in total, 20 people still hospitalized. 210 active cases. They have at least one more death, confirming 9 for Floyd County. They've submitted medical records for review and believe they have at least 12 more to report out in just the next few days. 12 more on top of the 9 in Floyd County. In Johnson County, 10 new cases reported today for a total of 1,077, 6 currently hospitalized. Here's the incident rate map for yesterday, which had McGoffin County, as we had gone down from well into 150 or so, and then 90s and the 80s and 70s down to 78.7 yesterday. Floyd 59, Johnson 68.9. And then today's incident rate map takes McGoffin County back up to a 90.5, even though we've seen a smaller week collectively. The double digits for the last couple of days has put us back into a 90.5 red zone number. 57.3 for Johnson and 57.8 for Floyd. I'll have your state COVID update in just a few moments. Drive safe and save this winter at Conley Tire in Staffordsville, or just go to conleytire.net to see the latest specials on thousands of all-season snow and off-road tires in stock every day. And don't forget, tires, wheels, and lift kits make great Christmas gifts too, and you can take 6 months to pay with no interest at Conley Tire, 297-2424.
Hello, Bob Hutchison here for Hutch Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Have you been turned down or had a dealership make you feel unwelcome? Well, come on into Hutch. We guarantee you'll be approved, and we can't wait to put you into the truck or car of your choice. Right now, you can get employee pricing on select Chrysler, Dodge, and Ram trucks. And remember, at Hutch, you're guaranteed to be approved.
There is never a good time for a breakdown. They will happen, and your car at some point is going to need some repairs and maintenance. And Black Smoke Performance is open and here with professional, fast, safe service. And they now have certified full air conditioning, diagnostics, and repair to keep you cool in whatever you drive. Black Smoke Performance, 349-8785. The votes are in and it's unanimous. The Homestyle Bowl is back for a limited time at your Sayersville Lee's famous recipes. Savory chicken strips, kernel corn, cheddar cheese, our famous gravy, all on a bed of beautiful mashed potatoes. It's a meal or a side, and it's for a limited time at your Sayersville Lee's.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, and as always, Appalachian Wireless has the most unbelievable sale. Appalachian Wireless has made shopping for the holidays safe and more accommodating to meet the needs of our customers. The one-day sale of years past is now a rest of the year sale. Simply visit one of our 27 retail locations and get what you need through the end of the year, or reserve online to make an appointment for the phone you want, and we'll call you when it's ready. Happy holidays. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
Now for an update on the murder arrest that took place yesterday afternoon by the Johnson County Sheriff's Department. A follow-up to a story that I broke to you last night at this time, if you're catching the early show, certainly, in regards to what appeared to be a family altercation that involved alcohol and weapons, with one man being killed. According to the arrest citation that charges a Johnson County man with murder, authorities say that they got a call from 911 about a man being shot due to pointing a gun at another man's wife. Officer Chad Penix with the Johnson County Sheriff's Department says that once he got on scene, he heard a lady's voice signal that it was okay for him to come on in, saying that her name was Sherry. He entered the house on Little Mud Lick on Salyer Hill, if you will, where he immediately saw a man lying on his back in the living room of the house. Another man by the name of John Trimble then came out from behind a partition to the officer's left, and the officer then secured a weapon on scene, after which he went over to the victim, identified only as a Mr. R. Salyers, and checked for pulse and breath, to which there was none. The officer then notifying the Johnson County coroner, who confirmed that the man indeed was dead and was pronounced so at the scene. John Trimble stated to the officer that the deceased had pointed a 9mm gun at his wife's head at Trimble's wife's head and told her he was going to kill her. Trimble's wife, we believe, the sister to the deceased. Trimble saying so, he shot him before he could kill his wife, Salyers' sister. The officer says once he finally got the scene under control, he Mirandized both John Trimble and his wife, Sherry Trimble, and had both homeowners sign a consent to search the property. After which, John Trimble gave a statement on recording saying that the three of them had been drinking alcohol since around 11 o'clock that morning, the evidence of which was seen lying throughout the house, with Mrs. Trimble stating that John had saved her life because she and her brother were arguing when her brother pulled out his gun and pointed it at her, telling her that he was going to kill her. Authorities did do gunshot residue tests on Mr. Trimble, and then he was arrested and taken to the Palby Hall Medical Center first to have blood drawn, and then to the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center, where John Trimble has been charged with a single count of murder, per the ongoing investigation by the Johnson County Sheriff's Department. A Lexington man led authorities from Prestonsburg, the state police, and Magoffin County on a high-speed pursuit last night that started in Allen, went through Abbott, onto 114, and came into Sagersville before a Magoffin County sheriff's deputy was able to join in the pursuit and ultimately get in front of that vehicle and make a violent stop, if you will, that had to be made on 114. The driver and three people inside the car were all arrested on various charges, gun, drug, and otherwise. It was Trooper Anderson with Post 9 who first saw the vehicle in Allen traveling at a high rate of speed. He says that it then, after he tried to pull it over, accelerated speeds well over 100 miles per hour, going from lane to lane, trying to elude the officer, cause him to crash, turning on to Abbott Creek. And then, after avoiding stop sticks that were placed in the roadway by going through a ditch line, he then continued on through Abbott onto 114 toward Magoffin County. Prestonsburg Police, Kentucky State Police continuing to give chase, asking for assistance from Magoffin County with the Magoffin County Sheriff's Department, and I believe Sayersville PD as well, headed both in that direction. As the driver continued into Magoffin County, he came up on the intersection of 460 and 114, and that's where Magoffin County Sheriff's Deputy Steve Montgomery saw the pursuit coming at him, turned his vehicle around, and was rammed by the suspects, and ultimately was able to finally stop the dangerous pursuit.
KSP got in pursuit of a vehicle traveling westbound. We were notified over the radio that they were in pursuit. I was ahead of the vehicle. The vehicle come up behind me. I had slowed down, attempting to stop it. The vehicle went around me. He hit me on my driver's side, and we wound up, I was trying to put him off to my right to keep him out of eastbound traffic, and wound up putting him in the guardrail.
Authorities determined the driver, Timothy Dwayne Shelby of Lexington, didn't have a valid driver's license. There were two handguns, including a .40 caliber Smith & Wesson, a black powder revolver located inside the vehicle. There was a quantity of marijuana, drug residue, digital scales. A criminal history revealed the operator and all passengers, there were three of which were convicted felons with past violent crimes, including burglary, assault of a police officer, drug trafficking, PFO violations, fleeing, and evading police. All were taken to the Prestonsburg or Floyd County Detention Center. I have mugshots of three of the four, including the driver to your left, and two of the passengers. The driver facing serious charges of fleeing and evading, conspiracy to traffic in a controlled substance, wanton endangerment in the first degree of the police officer, and for others, the others charged with everything from public intoxication to possession of a controlled substance, while the investigation continues. Still a lot of headlines to come right now. Here's what's happening on, still, given the pandemic for the most part, a brief Magoffin Farm Bureau community calendar. First up, a little bit of an addition to an announcement we've been running. The Water into Wine Food Pantry will be distributing next week. It's the regular time of the month on Wednesday from 9 till 11:30. They say on the regular food pantry day, which is next Wednesday, they please ask that you're in the parking lot by 11:15 because the parking lot is closed thereafter so that those in the parking lot can be served by 11:30. And after the pantry is closed, volunteers still have to clean up and take care of everything after they've been able to serve everyone. So please get there by 11:15 if at all possible. And the senior day for the Water into Wine Food Pantry is this Thursday, 12:30 till 3. And when you've got calendar announcements, church, group, club, organization, nonprofits, send them here on the show. Birthdays and anniversaries, too. And then to get birthdays, birth announcements, and anniversaries published in the Independent, send those to Joe, J-O, at SagersvilleIndependent.com. Turning to nightly obituaries brought to you by the McGoffin County Funeral Home, 90-year-old Tootsie Bailey, Ruth Ellen Tootsie Bailey of Royalton Road, passed away yesterday, preceded in death by her husband, Arthur. She's survived by daughter Pam Patrick of Sagersville, brothers Tucker and Daryl Bailey, sisters Pansy Young and Lavada Law, a number of grandchildren and a great-grandchild as well. A memorial service, private and graveside, will be held Sunday in her honor. Homer Bill Dodd May, 84 of May Branch, passed away yesterday, preceded in death by his wife Phyllis. He's survived by his son Kevin May, several grandchildren. Funeral services, private and graveside, will be held Monday in his honor. And in loving memory on what would have been her birthday, remembered this evening, Barbara Hall, from your grandson Dwayne and Stephanie, great-grandsons Ryan and Brandon Adams. It's the 25 Days Till Christmas sale at the Seasonal Shop, where every day you'll get 25% off of a special brand or a style or an item. And every day through Christmas, you can get 20% off Christmas shirts, 30% off everything else Christmas, personalized ornaments with free personalization, and gifts for absolutely everyone on your list. With local delivery and curbside pickup, 'tis the season at the Seasonal Shop in downtown Sagersville. Nearly everything today is about being safe and well, and Parkway Pharmacy has two great ways to get your prescriptions quickly, safely, and conveniently. Simply pull up curbside and call and let them know you're there, or circle around the building and drive through. And just in, a fresh inventory of Atalo, premium CBD oil and cream products for managing pain, anxiety, depression, rest, digestion, and more. All at Parkway Pharmacy in Salyersville. Know that life cannot come to a complete standstill because of the pandemic, but we can make sure that you can continue to bank safely and securely by calling either branch of the Sagersville National Bank to schedule any in-lobby services, or by using either of our drive-thrus. Mondays through Fridays, the main drive-thru is open from 8 until 3, and the branch drive-thru is open from 8 until 5, and the branch drive-thru is also open on weekends, Saturdays 8 until noon, with ATMs available 24/7 at both locations. Or by taking advantage of our completely free 24-hour internet banking and bill pay, banking by phone, remote deposit, automatic payment services, and more. Sagersville National Bank, always making your banking easier and safer. Same 6 decades of experience, same undivided dedication and focus on winning your case. New location. The law offices of McFarland and Tinker are now located on Route 114 in the former McGoffin Farm Bureau location. Motor vehicle accidents, Social Security disability, SSI claims, wrongful death and workers' compensation and work injury cases. Call 349-9000. McFarland and Tinker.
Hello, Bob Hutchison here for Hutch Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Have you been turned down or had a dealership make you feel unwelcome? Well, come on into Hutch. We guarantee you'll be approved, and we can't wait to put you into the truck or car of your choice. Right now, get employee pricing on Jeep Gladiator, Cherokee, Grand Cherokee, Renegade, and Compass. And remember, at Hutch, you're guaranteed to be approved.
Go with All Pro and you'll always get a perfectly finished project backed by decades of experience and thousands of satisfied customers. Always with the best prices on everything from small to large remodels, bathrooms to kitchens to entire homes, or turnkey new construction on everything from garages, homes to retail space. And seamless gutters too. And All Pro still offers 0% financing for up to 18 months and long-term low interest rates on those big projects. For an estimate, call this family-owned business today. A couple of other calls of emergency making headlines tonight. One, a single vehicle accident that happened last night just shortly after emergency personnel, including the McGoffin County Rescue Squad, had cleared the scene of the police chase that I reported to you before the break. EMS were dispatched to a single vehicle accident on the left fork of Lick Creek just past Eddie Collins Road last night around 8 o'clock. A female telling officials that she had swerved to miss a deer in the road. Her vehicle then went over the embankment about 100 feet, rolling over at least 2 times and landing on its top. She was wearing her seatbelt at the time of the accident, which may have saved her, certainly saved her from injuries, maybe worse. One of the first responders on the scene helped her get herself out of the vehicle and up the hill. She was complaining about some injuries and previous medical problems and was taken by a personal vehicle to the hospital. And earlier today, a Magoffin County man was life flighted to a trauma center after falling from a ladder while cutting a tree. Mayor Pete Shepard, just before the interview that we had earlier in the program, confirmed that it was actually a city worker who was off duty today but was working for his private business and was cutting some trees in the Allen Drive area when a gust of wind came along and caused one of the limbs which had just been cut to knock him off of the ladder. He fell about 8 feet. The mayor confirming that he had actually fractured his femur in one leg and his hip. He was taken to the Pikeville Medical Center, and I believe from there possibly taken to another medical facility for the severity of his injuries from the fall. And that's going to leave us with nothing more to talk about, with the exception of wishing you a wonderful weekend in just a second, briefly. Your Licking Valley RACC Outlook. Today was it. It was the highlight of the forecast, and we got into the upper 60s just as we thought. We're still going to see the 60-degree mark, I think, tomorrow, just barely. But you'll see with that more clouds and showers than not. In other headlines, as is customary for Fridays, no press conference today on behalf of the governor, but I do have the numbers in from the governor for today. Beshear announcing the state's positivity rate has decreased for the 8th straight day, just below 9%. The numbers are still high, but he says we're still watching for any increases related to the Thanksgiving holiday. But he says, quote, we're making progress in our fight against the invisible enemy. I hope this gives everyone the courage and grit to keep going. New cases today totaled 3,691 in the Commonwealth. New deaths totaled 22. The positivity rate, again, 8.86%. Currently on a ventilator in the Commonwealth, 253. Well, that's it. That's my time wrapping up for tonight and for this week. The last Friday before the full week before Christmas. For whatever that's worth. Christmas is just days away. Hope you have some time to make some time to sit and relax and enjoy the holidays throughout as much of it as possible. We'll be talking about the holiday season and much more when I see you back here on Monday. Good night and good weekend, and thank you again for watching.